Okay. Hello guys, this is Sam, and I'm one half of Samat Gaming, along with my brother, Matt, and today I'm going to show you a figure. Now this particular figure, the one I'm holding in my hand specifically, is not the one that I'm going to talk about here. But this figure in general is very sentimental to me, and I'll kind of fill you guys in on that. And I wanted to make a review on this guy. I got him in the mail just today. Pretty excited about it. So I want to talk about this guy in general because I've always wanted to talk about this guy, kind of make a video on him, because first of all, not only is he very near and dear to me, this figure, but I haven't seen any other reviews of this guy on YouTube actually, and I find that pretty surprising because it's a pretty unique figure and it's obviously very cool. And in case you don't know what it does, what the action feature is, you'll say to yourself, like, why the hell, where's a video of this that I can find? And I'm happy to be one of the first. Maybe there is another video, but it must be really buried because I swear I cannot find any. But this is a figure that will make you want it, and maybe it won't. Maybe it's just due to my nostalgia that I think it's so cool. But looking at it now, observing it now, I still think it's pretty cool, and I'm trying not to look at it through a nostalgic kind of perspective, but it is a really good figure. It's a good likeness, and it's Harry Potter, from the Harry Potter series, the third movie, Prisoner of Azkaban. Fill you guys in on this figure, the action feature, details, who this guy is, and significance of the Harry Potter series. So yeah, let's talk about that right now. So, this guy is Professor Lupin, and in case you guys don't remember, he was, I read the book a while back. This was back in maybe 2014. I honestly do not remember too much, but I know that he was a pretty likable guy. He's a dark arts teacher, I believe, and he's like the new one, and that's like the cursed position. So like, you know that it's not going to go well for this guy, but you want to see him do well because he's a really nice guy, and it kind of makes this it's a little bit of a conflict there, and also there's a pretty unique backstory with him. So this is a pretty important character, especially to that movie and to the series in general, to the whole backstory of things. But yeah, Professor Lupin, and in the movie, the third movie, Prisoner of Azkaban, he turns into a werewolf. That's like his deep dark secret, along with his friends, who happen to be Sirius Black in that movie, Gary Oldman, James Potter, who is Harry's dad, and Peter Pettigrew, who famously in that movie, I remember this too, that scene used to freak me out as a kid, when he turns into a rat. And also this is a movie that introduced Dementors, and those were freaking terrifying back then. I swear to God, I had an action figure on a Dementor too. Harry Potter figures in general, I had a lot of when I was little, so I do have a lot of nostalgia for the series. I still love the movies, I still love the books too, and it's an awesome figure. I'd say that this figure is about maybe 7 inches, a little bit, maybe 8 inches tall, I'd say. So yeah, nice detail right on the face. I don't know if you can see that if the camera would focus, but he has some, gosh, I really wish it would focus. Here we go. So there's a nice detail there. Scars on his face. Right there. Scratches. So, that's like in the movie, because I remember he gets into a fight with Gary Oldman, who can transform into this black wolf kind of thing, and maybe this is him when he transforms back, I guess, and he's transforming back, and he has the scratches from when he was a werewolf and he got injured. But figure is kind of odd in the sense that his human face, head, doesn't have a counterpart. So, like, the hands don't change and the feet don't change. So, if you just want a regular Professor Lupin action figure, you won't find one. This is literally the only action figure that I know of. They made, like, a minifigure, too, I believe, and there's, like, some statues. But you won't find just a regular basic old Lupin figure. So if you want just a regular one, this is about the closest you can get, which is kind of sad that you can't make him just completely normal, you know, a non-wolf form. But still, I think it's still a very cool figure. Obviously, you know, his hands are open right here. So there's no accessories that come with him other than the action figure, and that's where people might think that this figure is a little bit boring and that it's too gimmicky. It relies purely on the action feature, but I don't know. A lot of the Harry Potter action figures were like that, so what do you expect? The earlier ones, at least. The later NECA ones, they got more detailed and more, but those became like statues. They weren't even playable, really. So, Harry Potter is the best of both worlds, really, when it comes to action figures. There's the statues that are in, you know, certain positions. I actually have a couple of those. I have a Death Eater and a Dementor. But, then you got the nice little colorful, you know, playable ones. And I personally like these better, honestly. The statues are NECA figures. I keep them in the box. Those are more just, you know, look at them. But this one, I'm actually happy I bought this out of the package because it's just so nice to hold it in your hands and actually transform it after all these years. Because I grew up with this figure, as I was saying. You know, I grew up with Harry Potter. So my whole story with this figure is that I remember I have these very specific memories. I was in the theater when I was 3 years old. Prisoner of Azkaban came out 2004. I was 3 years old and I remember this. I was in the movie theater. I saw it. I saw it live. I saw Lupin turn into the werewolf, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And right around that time, right after it happened, I just left. I wanted my mom to leave, and she actually did leave, to her credit, because she said, you know, you were really good for this movie. You didn't complain. You just watched, and it's a pretty long movie, so, you know, she really did give me credit for that, for behaving, and I still remember that. And after that, I was just, there's no way they can top this. I just want to leave now, because I knew he wasn't going to turn back, really, because everyone was starting to, the movie was ending, so I was like, this is, even back then I knew that. I'm not even kidding. My dad, he's a film buff, so, you know, he kind of filled me in on this kind of stuff. But, basically, I remember, I have that memory. Then I have in second grade, I did a share on this class. Everyone could bring their own thing to class. I brought this action figure to class. I transformed in front of the class. It was the coolest thing. I have a lot of nostalgia for this figure. I love this figure, near and dear to me. Remember it, then I lost it. Of course I lost it. And I haven't found it since. And when I tried to find it on eBay, it's pretty expensive. Lucked out, found this figure loose, $11. I think it's worth it. I think it was totally worth it, and it was a pretty good deal, pretty cheap. And look at the condition it's in. It's actually in very good condition, and I'm very happy, very happy. So to have this figure back with me. So now I will get on to the actual review, talking about this figure. So as I mentioned earlier, the scars, and also how you can't have just a regular Professor Lupin action figure now. I must say, though, the werewolf details are great. Just the little, just the rips, like this right here, the fur all roughed, like all, you know, kind of scrunched up in the back, just kind of rough, thick fur. The fur it has great texture. Look, you could even see the spine popping out, because the werewolf in the movie was really skinny. He was like this, almost as skinny as me. I mean, his freaking, his ribs were popping out, and his spine was just arching out. He was this really lanky, just kind of terrifying werewolf, and I love the hands, too. They just seem so, it's just really disturbing, kind of, honestly, the hands, and there's little, look at the veins right there, the fingernails. It really is great. It reminds me of Frankenstein, almost, you know, like going for a choke on someone. So very, Universal Monsters-esque almost, with this whole werewolf thing, kind of a classic werewolf in the whole, that kind of thing. I love that. I really do love that. So obviously he's in the middle of transforming. That's what this whole action feature is. Darker fur on the back, lighter fur up here in the front. Just great shading. Dark fur down here. Look at the detail in the feet. It's honestly amazing for such a toy that's obviously going to get destroyed by kids. It's just, I love that too. They made it as collectible and as high quality as, even as much as it was a kid's toy and, playable and stuff like that. So, here we go, nice rips in the shorts. He swivels at the waist here. This arm does not bend. It only bends at the shoulder right here. Full rotation here, and a little rotation here in the wrist. That is all you're gonna get out of him. Does not bend here at the wrist, not here. Get him that's for upper torso. His head does not move, which might be a downside because of the whole transformation thing, but his head does not move really. So that does kind of suck, honestly. So yes, legs bend. You cannot bend these legs back. I mean, you can, but it does get cut off right here because of the articulation here on or the molding right here on the jeans, or the shorts, I should say, I guess now. But it won't bend back any further than that. So you can have him sit down pretty much. Nice little pads, like the soles of his feet right here. It's nice. Look at the arch right here. Just, I love this figure. It really is a good figure, actually. So, and then obviously articulation here in the knees. Bends down, nothing else. That's it. Pretty basic figure, but a lot of detail. Solid in general. So now we're going to do the transformation. And so here we're going to do this. We're going to, by the way, I just have to mention this, the hair, awesome. I mean, just, once again, great detail. And this is, I just love this figure. It's awesome. So, like, I really need to, I need to shut up. Okay, so I'll show you the actual, I can't remember if you bend it back or, okay, so it is down. Oh, no, it is back. Never mind. So you tilt the head back. Oh, no, wait. Is it down? I can't remember. But basically, look. That's what you do. You got to pop him down. You tilt his head down, and that acts as sort of what a lever, and you kind of pull that down. So there you go. You got his head popping out right now, which is pretty disturbing, I got to say. Look at this crap right here. So now, here's the wolf head. Pop the wolf head out. Slide the head back in there. There you go. Push that down, and there you go. We have the wolf head. My God, is this a great wolf head? I mean, it's just so awesome. This is probably the most epic figure you could have as a kid, honestly. I'll be honest, this is probably, I mean, I loved werewolves. I loved Bigfoot. I loved mythological creatures, cryptozoology. I loved all that stuff. And to get a werewolf, this detail, this cool, this tall, this fierce, with these arms outstretched and just terrifying. I mean, it was just awesome. And also Lupin in the movie, I liked him too because he was a pretty cool character. So just the fangs right here, that's nice. Look at, once again, the scratches. And that plays into the human head because he also has scratches on his face. I love that detail, that attention to detail. Adam's apple right here, that's pretty nice. Little veins going on the side of his neck. I mean, the hair also that he retains, it's just cool because he's in the middle of this transformation, so he is going to retain some of his hair. It's pretty cool. And just the shader on the eyes, these yellow eyes. This guy just looks terrifying. I just love this. I love this figure. It reminds me almost of an American Werewolf in London, like when the jaw is just stretching out like that. It just really, I love that lanky look to the werewolves. Now here is kind of a big no here, and that is stand the figure straight up tall. Look, his werewolf head is pointed up like this, so you gotta have him looking down at people like that, or else I guess they would want you to try to back up the camera here. Sorry about this. I guess they would want you to crouch him down like that, but it doesn't really work that well because he's not really displayed like that. So I guess you have him like run like that, but I don't really. He doesn't really display that well like that, honestly. I guess he could like this. That'd be pretty cool, honestly, like that. So once again, this is a moment where they are sacrificing the whole collectability for the playfulness of this figure, and still, you know, like they're playing more with the collectors who want to display their figures more. So I'm gonna have to give it a bit of a down for that. I mean, it's still good that they want to do that, but still, they could have done it a different way, especially by just simply having the heads be able to move and rotate. If that could happen, then they could best of both worlds. Obviously, they could display it like that, and they could display it standing up and looking straight, and kids could play with it standing straight up like this. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it is kind of. It is to me. I'm a bit nitpicky here, but I should stop complaining because this is a great figure. I love this figure. Just, God, it is so spectacular. It's just as good as I remembered, honestly. Just as well. Just as great as I remembered. And that is all there is to say about that, guys. This has been my Professor Lupin Transforming Werewolf action figure review from the Harry Potter series. Harry Potter, third movie. It's appeared in the third movie, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I need to watch that movie again because I haven't seen it in a while, but just a great figure. I'm gonna try and do this. I'm gonna try and give my action figure ratings, grades. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F. No, E, F. What am I? Okay, that was awful. Not E. No, I mean some schools actually do grade with an E, but no, that's just, no, it'd just be simpler to just, you know, use F. So A, B, C, D, F. God, I was going to spell out the whole alphabet, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. So here we go. I will give this figure an A minus. No, actually, B plus. Okay, so I'm not going to lie. What the A minus, I swear to God, that was completely fueled by nostalgia for this thing. So, I'm going to say that, yes, B+. Solid figure. The detail alone makes it great for collectors. I mean, you got to have a Lupin action figure in your collection because this is a great, memorable character, honestly. He was a great character in the movie. You know, he was probably one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite instructors. He was my favorite character in that book, definitely. You know, I'll say it, he's my favorite in the series. The whole series, he was probably the coolest character, honestly. And you gotta have a Lupin figure. The attention to detail alone with the cuts he retains in the werewolf is just awesome. The hair he retains, you know, certain features he does retain. The whole lankiness that they kept true to the movie with the spine and the, you know, these long, just like, you know, fingers like that. These long arched fingers. It really is cool. It really is a cool figure. Great. I mean, at this point, I'd say you don't want to play with it now because it has picked up a little bit in value. So you might want to. I mean, obviously, I think the ship has sailed, honestly, with playability, and you know, a lot of kids probably. I mean, it's a cool figure, even if you're not a Harry Potter fan. Is the thing too. To keep in mind is that this is a great figure, even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, and I'd suggest this. I'd highly suggest it, and the downsides, doesn't come with any accessories, doesn't have a human counterpart, so that you can, you know, maybe swap out the hands or something like that. Yeah, it doesn't come with any extra accessories. And I'd also say that the whole wolf head arch and the ability to not turn the head also does kind of bring it down a bit. And also maybe not having a little bit more articulation here, because at the time they definitely could have put in a little bit more articulation. They definitely could have, just so to make it more displayable, like I said, and that'd be good for, again, collectors and the kids who just want to play with a cool werewolf action figure. B+, great figure. I have great nostalgia for this figure. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate this. I'm having so much fun back here on YouTube. I really should have been uploading, more, and I regret. Actually, no, I don't have any regrets. But I wish I could have. I wish I could have been uploading more, and I really hope to see you guys soon. Again, it's not about views. It's not about views at all. I love making these videos. I mean, I love talking to the camera. This is what I do. This is a passion of mine, a hobby of mine. To anyone watching, just thank you guys so much for watching. Really, honest to God, I mean, it really does mean a lot to me. To have people to listen to my opinions and, kind of share, bask in, my nostalgia for this figure. So, guys, thank you so much. Catch you later with another action figure review, another gaming review with my brother, that kind of thing. See you guys later. Thank you so much again. Bye.